The critics. I think the fact that the critics, like the New York Times and the New Yorker, and I mean, it's across the board, the Hollywood Reporter, every review we would read, I would be so nervous and so scared that I was like, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the review that's gonna be bad, and then it's all gonna come crashing down. And I have to say, I mean, still like knock on wood, you know, we kind of have yet to get a bad review, which is I've never had that in my lifetime ever on any show. And, you know, I've been fortunate to be a part of, you know, House of Cards, which is also very critically acclaimed. But that, you know, every show, you're gonna touch buttons with people. And I think that we have the benefit of it being on a network where it wasn't expected. So because it wasn't expected, we kind of were allowed to come in and just have a presence. And the fact that it's really touched people on so many different levels, like men and women, and was really completely shocking and so exciting for all of us. I fought a lot to say the word pussy. That was my biggest fight in the pilot, because they wanted me to say hoo-ha, and I said, I'm sorry, but a woman like Quinn is never going to say hoo-ha, and if you want this show to break through and do things that you've never done before, we have to go to places that make us uncomfortable. And so that's what we actually strive for. So things that I read that are definitely her crossing the line, she's crossed the line more than once. And in this season in particular, she's gonna do it even more so, where it's super uncomfortable. But I've realized it's those uncomfortable spaces that challenge me as an actor, and challenge the network, and challenge writers, and kind of challenges everybody to say, you know what, if we're willing to put this out there, we just have to be willing to commit to it. And these are real people. They're not caricatures. They're supposed to be real people. So we don't care about being likable. We care about being relatable. And I think that that makes a big difference in how you portray these women, because none of them are very likable. Like 100 times more emotional than what I showed. I was doing everything I could to keep myself together emotionally. And I'll start crying now, because it's still so, you know, when we got nominated for that show, the fact that I was nominated and Shiri was nominated and the show was nominated was such a big deal for something that we really didn't know if people were gonna watch. And being embraced by the critics in particular was also so just overwhelming. You can't even understand. The people who are most critical in your careers at all time were like embracing us. And so we really went to that award show feeling like we already won. And so when they said my name, I didn't even, I mean, I'm gonna cry. Ugh, makes me, I can't, you know, I mean, it's those things that you dream about when you become an actor. We all talk about like, oh, it doesn't matter, you don't need the trophy, like the work is the gift, and I totally still believe that. But when they call your name, it's definitely like a whole different emotion that I was not prepared for, and clearly still not, clearly still not very prepared to even talk about it months later.